Yeah, what's going on, man? We got to talk. Uh, shout out. Well, let me get this accurate. Shout out to Fried Plantain Comedy. Hope I said it right. They did a reaction video to Dave Chapelle, and apparently there's some other comedians who had some things to share. Some people are saying that these comedians are just hating on Dave Chappelle. You know, Dave Chappelle has a different type of delivery. The things that he talks about, very controversial. You know how sensitive the United States are about certain subjects. But I wanted to give my feedback because you might hear something and think it's one thing and it's not that. Anyway, let's jump into this clip, man. Roll footage.
Weeks since Dave Chappelle's The Unstoppable dropped, yet people are still talking about it. Not just audiences, but comedians too. And what's interesting isn't that everyone agrees or disagrees, it's that each reaction says something about how comics relate to Chappelle at this stage of his career. One of the clearest reactions came from Aries, who recently shared his thoughts on Instagram. Spears pushed back hard against the idea that Chappelle has somehow stopped being funny just because the special leans more into talking and storytelling. His point was simple. Dave isn't chasing punchlines the way he used to because he doesn't have to.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, man, I'm here in Dallas and I just literally finished watching on the flight over Dave Chappelle's new special. And everybody's been chiming in on it. So here's my take. You know, I got to tell you, man, before I saw the special, because I know he performed at the Riyadh Festival in Saudi Arabia, as did I. And one of the criticisms was people constantly saying, oh, you guys are over there getting that blood money. Now, before I saw his special, I hand to God, I actually was going to include something that he kind of said, damn near word for word. But I saw the special today. And I got to tell you, white people's hypocrisy and white America, and I say this with all due respect, white people and white people's hypocrisy is beyond fucking astounding. How quickly do we forget? So when you go, y'all over there getting that blood money, when has America's money never had blood on it? And let me tell you something. I've been doing stand-up 36 years. I've toured Africa twice. I've been to the Middle East finally. I've been to Europe twice, and I'm going back for a third time in 2026. But the mass majority of the money that ends up in my pocket is American money. So again, when has American money never had blood on it? This country was literally built off the bloody backs of my people. Free labor for 400 years, and slavery was big business. The American prison system, everybody knows that oftentimes black people receive harsher prison sentences and lengthier prison sentences than committing the same crimes as their white counterparts. And the American prison system is big business. So again, when has America's money never had blood on it?
Yeah, they pick and choose who they want to get offended by. To be honest with you, there's not a single soul here on this soil that's not guilty of greed, fornicating, lying, being deceptive, manipulative, or having blood on their hand in one way or another. It doesn't even have to be you shooting someone and killing them or trafficking them. When you put somebody in a situation where they changed the course that was divinely set for them and you put them in a different path, you're just as guilty. But I hear what he's saying here. So far, I'm not getting any jealousy out of him at all. But yeah, we are hypocritical. And I think that's just because you're trying to throw people off of the trail. You don't want them sniffing around you because you're just as guilty as every other country.
White America, stop it. Your hypocrisy is breathtaking.
If you live in a Delaware zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years,
Spears frames the unstoppable as layered, something you listen to rather than wait to laugh at every few seconds. In his view, people calling it too political or boring are missing that Chapelle is guiding the audience through ideas now, not just setting up jokes. Spears treats that shift as evolution, not decline. That idea carries over to Donnell Rawlins, whose reaction was more emotional than analytical. That perspective sits comfortably alongside Corey Holcomb's reaction, which is more reflective and wide-ranging. Holcomb goes out of his way to clarify that any past criticisms he's had of Chapelle were never about hate. There's genuine respect there. He openly says Chapelle has Netflix on lock and describes The Unstoppable as a kind of comedic drama, something that delivers knowledge and perspective, not just laughs.
I said what I said about Dave Chapelle. I swear I do not dislike the brother Dave Chapelle. You guys run with stuff. I don't dislike the brother Dave Chapelle. I am proud that the brother is able to do what he does. What I was saying was when he would be on the mics around, I felt like he would just stand up there for hours and just practice. Maybe that's how I should have said it. He practices too long with the crowd.
I mean, David had some 8-hour sets.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, he could do that because,
But I think people was going with all he hate and all that shit. I don't hate nobody, man. Dave Chappelle, I watched the special and I thought it was a great drama. I really did. I thought it was a great comedic drama. You know what I'm saying? I'm being sincere when I speak. I can't fucking say what you want me to say to any motherfucker. And when I do fuck up and say what somebody want me to say, I'll be so mad after I think about it. God damn it. I held back my true heart.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, you know what Dave Chappelle doing is motherfucking some shit that's like, yo, he got motherfucking Netflix on lock. You feel me?
Yeah.
And what he said, I was into it. I watched the whole thing.
Holcomb also brings up the Hollywood Bowl incident when Chapelle was attacked on stage.
Hold on, let's be real clear here, man. Because y'all be doing too much. You're not gonna like everybody that you watch. You're not gonna be captivated by everything that you hear. Not everybody's delivery is not for you. I don't know how many times we gotta go down that rabbit hole. You got something for everybody. If you don't like something, go to the next fucking page, go to the next video, go to the next clip, go to the next post, go to the next person, but don't harbor or be like in somebody's comment section saying a whole bunch of bullshit that don't contribute to nothing other than you just want to be salty and bitter about something that all you got to do is press a button and you're good. Dave Chappelle has his own style and some people enjoy it. Clearly, the numbers don't lie. So what I never understood what the big deal was about him being how he is. I mean, Kevin Hart got his own thing. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, everybody got their own thing. What's the problem? You just don't like it. That's fine. You don't have to watch it either.
Rather than focusing on outrage, he focuses on composure. Other entertainers stepping in, people associated with Busta Rhymes, Jamie Foxx, and the quiet presence of physically imposing security figures who knew exactly when to move. What stands out to Holcomb is that Chapelle didn't freeze. He turned a dangerous moment into comedy. For him, that's professionalism at the highest level. From there, Holcomb zooms out into a broader critique of internet culture. He compares irresponsible content creators to drug dealers, people who justify their hustle while poisoning the community. In that framework, Chapelle represents integrity, someone who speaks from the heart, even when it costs him, even when the internet turns on him.
It's like, don't think that I hate when people run with it like in a way where it's like that, but it's what it is. It's the internet. And I'm gonna talk about the internet right now. The internet has no use for the woman of morality. I want to say to all of you YouTubers out there,
Yeah, I'm curious. Hold on.
drug dealers used to say I'm getting my hustle on, and that justifies whatever they was doing. If all you have on your show is trash, you are just like them drug dealers who put a whole bunch of poison in the community. If all you show is trash on your channel, you are not respectable. You are part of the decline of society.
I've been saying that for the longest time, but that's what people are entertained by. They don't want solutions. They want to argue. They want to point fingers. They want a dose of I'm right and you're wrong. Nobody really cares about being mentally stronger, spiritually stronger. Nobody wants to sit down and find solutions to this issue between men and women. Nobody wants to talk about spirituality. You have these platforms and these channels, but the algorithm doesn't push it and the people don't support it enough. What you're left with is drama and essentially STD written conversations.
Using your channel to promote trashy women. The women of morality are so far and few on the internet, it is ridiculous.
Then there's Godfrey, whose reaction is notable precisely because of how brief it was. During a recent stream of In Godfrey We Trust, a viewer asked him about The Unstoppable.
I heard he came with it though.
Yeah, I loved it.
Was it good?
I loved
Did you
it.
see?
I saw the first 10 minutes.
I know he did something at the end where he talked about Israel or something.
Yeah,
like that.
he mentioned Israel twice.
Damn.
Godfrey acknowledged it, then moved on almost immediately. No breakdown, no strong opinion, just a pass. That moment might seem small, but it says a lot. Chapelle has reached a point where reacting to his work feels like stepping into a trap. Praise him too much and you're accused of worship. Criticize him and you're accused of bad faith. Godfrey's decision to brush past it feels less like indifference and more like awareness, a choice not to turn another Chapelle release into a public referendum. Put together, these reactions form an interesting pattern. Aries Spears defends the intent and evolution of Chapelle's style. Donnell Rawlings focuses on the journey and the feeling of being carried by a master storyteller. Corey Holcomb frames the special as a serious work tied to integrity, experience, and professionalism. Godfrey opts out of the discourse altogether. None of them dismiss the special. Even the silence is a response. And maybe that's why The Unstoppable keeps lingering in the conversation. Dave Chapelle isn't just releasing comedy specials anymore. He's releasing moments that force other comedians to decide how much they want to engage.
At the end of the day, when you think about where we've gone from some of the older comedians, man, just long gone. The things that you could talk about, and I mean explicit, you can barely get a whole set out of these people anymore. Everybody wants you canceled. Nobody wants to hear you. They try to boo you off the stage. They try to make your whole situation whatever they want it to be, because speaking on things that's uncomfortable typically comes from a place of truth and reality that we try to avoid or run away from. I don't hear no hate. Godfrey, he didn't say nothing because I'm sure he has his own stance on it and his own beliefs on it, but he's picking his battles, right? Just like a lot of people. You got to think about who they connected to. Most of them are not going to risk their careers or their brands or their sponsors and their dealings with folks just so they can go out here and expose and tell the truth. The comedy platform, that's probably one of the last few spaces where you can actually say what the hell you want and not get attacked for it, but not nowadays. I don't know. I didn't hear no hate though. I didn't. Maybe there are some out there that got an issue with them, but I didn't hear nothing here. I could be wrong. Tell me. Shout out to the brother for doing this whole thing right here. This was dope, man.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Kushite talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sign flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is getting plain if you get it messy.